What if the reason you feel exhausted all the time has nothing to do with your age, your bills, your family, or even your health, but everything to do with the fact that you care too much about things that were never worth your peace in the first place? Think about that for a second. Seriously, because most people spend their whole lives emotionally reacting to everything around them, like every problem deserves their full energy. Every rude comment deserves a response. Every disappointment deserves tears. Every betrayal deserves years of pain. And every mistake deserves lifelong guilt. But what if I told you there comes a moment in life when something inside you finally snaps in the best possible way, and suddenly you realize none of this nonsense deserves control over your happiness anymore? That moment changes everything. And maybe that's why you clicked on this video today. Maybe you're tired. Not physically tired. Soul tired. The kind of tired sleep can't fix. The kind where you smile around people, but deep down your mind never stops racing. Maybe you've spent decades being there for everybody else, while secretly feeling emotionally drained yourself. Maybe you've carried responsibilities so long you forgot what peace even feels like. And maybe one day you woke up and realized something scary. Life keeps moving whether you enjoy it or not. Man, that realization hits hard after 60. Because when you're younger, you think time is unlimited. You think there will always be another chance, another summer, another opportunity to relax later. But then one day you look in the mirror, your hair changes, your body slows down a little, your kids are older, old friends disappear, and suddenly you realize life is not waiting for anybody. And that truth either breaks people or wakes them up. I once heard an old man sitting outside a diner in Arizona say something that stopped me cold. He looked at his coffee, smiled, and said, "The older I get, the less I let stupid people ruin my day." Everybody laughed, but deep down, that was wisdom. Real wisdom. Because most stress comes from giving temporary situations permanent emotional power. Somebody ignores you, and it ruins your week. Somebody criticizes you, and suddenly you question your worth. Somebody disappoints you, and you carry resentment for years. But peaceful people move differently. They understand something most folks never learn. Protecting your peace is more important than winning every argument. Somebody needed to hear that today. And listen, this doesn't mean you stop caring. Nah, it means you stop caring about nonsense that destroys your spirit. Big difference. Because there's a type of freedom that happens when you stop needing everybody to understand you, approve of you, or agree with you. That freedom feels like breathing fresh air after years inside a tiny room. You stop over-explaining. Stop chasing validation. Stop trying to prove your heart to people committed to misunderstanding you anyway. And honestly, that changes your whole energy. People can feel it. You become calmer, more grounded, less reactive. And the wild thing is, life actually gets lighter when you stop emotionally wrestling everything all the time. But getting there ain't easy. Life teaches this lesson through heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, and exhaustion. Nobody wakes up magically peaceful overnight. Nope. Peace is earned through survival, through crying silently at night and still getting up the next morning, through surviving loss, through enduring loneliness, through realizing some people only loved the version of you that had no boundaries. Man, that truth hurts. Because the second you finally start protecting your peace, certain people get uncomfortable. They call you selfish because they benefited from your self-neglect. They call you distant because they lost emotional control over you. But healing changes people. You stop answering every toxic phone call. Stop participating in drama. Stop trying to rescue folks determined to stay broken. And for the first time in years, your nervous system finally gets a chance to rest. You know what's crazy? Most older people aren't tired because of age. They're tired because of emotional weight. Decades of stress. Decades of worrying. Decades of carrying everybody else's problems while ignoring their own needs. That kind of pressure changes a person. You can see it in their eyes sometimes. But then there are those older souls who figured something out. Those calm people who laugh easily, smile genuinely, and don't let little nonsense shake them anymore. You ever meet somebody like that? They walk into a room and just feel peaceful. Not fake happy. Not pretending. Genuinely calm. That kind of energy is powerful because it's rare now. The world is loud, angry, and addicted to outrage. Everybody's offended. Everybody's stressed. Everybody's reacting. But peaceful people? They move slower. They breathe deeper. They choose their battles carefully. And honestly, that's a superpower after 60. Because after a certain age, you realize time is too precious to waste being emotionally miserable all the time. You don't have another 20 years to spend angry at somebody who probably isn't even thinking about you anymore. You don't have another decade to lose sleep over things outside your control. You don't have endless energy to keep proving your worth to people blind to your value. Eventually, wisdom whispers, enough. Enough stress. Enough people-pleasing. Enough emotional exhaustion. Enough shrinking yourself to make dysfunctional people comfortable. And maybe this video is your wake-up call. Maybe this is the moment you finally realize your peace matters too. Your happiness matters too. Your mental health matters too. Because contrary to what society teaches, aging is not just about loss. Sometimes aging is liberation. Liberation from fake friendships. Liberation from approval addiction. Liberation from trying to impress people who aren't even happy themselves. Isn't that funny? Miserable people judging other miserable people while everybody pretends they've got life figured out. But wise older adults stop performing. They stop pretending. They become real. And there's something magnetic about people who finally become emotionally free. They don't panic over every inconvenience anymore. They don't take everything personally. They don't carry drama home like luggage. They understand most things simply aren't worth ruining their peace over. Imagine living like that. Imagine waking up and refusing to let negativity move into your spirit rent-free. Imagine hearing criticism and not collapsing emotionally. Imagine being rejected and still sleeping peacefully at night. That's power. Real power. And here's the truth nobody tells you. The calmer you become, the more certain people will dislike you. Why? Because peaceful people are harder to manipulate. You can't emotionally control somebody who already found inner peace. That's why protecting your energy is so important in this season of life. Not everybody deserves access to your mind, your heart, or your emotions anymore. Some people only bring chaos. And chaos ages people faster than time ever will. You know what else changes when you finally stop letting everything bother you? Your whole body feels different. Your shoulders relax. Your sleep improves. Your chest doesn't feel so heavy all the time. Because stress lives inside the body. Folks think emotions stay in the mind, but no. Your body keeps score. Years of resentment become tension. Years of fear become anxiety. Years of overthinking become exhaustion. But peace heals too. Laughter heals. Gratitude heals. Silence heals. Sitting outside watching the sunset without checking your phone every 2 seconds heals. And maybe that sounds simple, but simple things become powerful after 60. Young people chase excitement. Wise older souls chase calm. Because calm feels luxurious after a lifetime of chaos. I remember hearing about a woman named Carol, 68 years old, who survived cancer and said something unforgettable. She smiled and said, "Almost dying cured my fear of stupid things. Wow, let that sink in. Almost dying cured her fear of stupid things. Suddenly, she stopped worrying about judgment, stopped stressing over appearances, stopped obsessing over perfection. Because mortality changes perspective real fast. And honestly, maybe that's one hidden gift of getting older. You finally see what actually matters. Peace matters. Health matters. Genuine connection matters. Everything else? Temporary noise. But sadly, a lot of people never learn that lesson. They spend their final years bitter, angry, complaining about everything, replaying old betrayals in their head like broken movies. And listen, I get it. Life hurts sometimes. Some wounds run deep. Some memories still sting decades later. But carrying pain forever does not punish the people who hurt you. It punishes you. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to suffer. That's why letting go becomes one of the most important skills later in life. Not because what happened was okay, but because your peace is too valuable to sacrifice forever. And if you're listening right now feeling emotionally exhausted, hear me carefully. You are allowed to outgrow chaos. You are allowed to stop participating in drama. You are allowed to disappoint people who only loved you when you had no boundaries. Their disappointment is not your emergency. That one right there might save somebody's sanity today. Because too many good-hearted people destroy themselves, trying to keep everybody else comfortable. They apologize for resting. Apologize for saying no. Apologize for protecting their mental health. But eventually, your soul gets tired of self-abandonment. Eventually, your spirit says, I deserve peace too. And that's where transformation begins. Not when life becomes perfect. Life will never be perfect. Problems still happen. Bodies still age. Bills still show up. People still disappoint you sometimes. But inner peace changes the way you experience those problems. You stop collapsing emotionally every time life shifts unexpectedly. You become stronger, more flexible, more grounded. You learn how to bend without breaking. And honestly, that's one of the most beautiful parts of aging wisely. You stop trying to control everything, because control is exhausting. Folks want to control people, outcomes, opinions, relationships, politics, family drama, everything. But peace begins when you finally accept this truth. Some things are simply beyond your control. And instead of fighting reality every day, you start flowing with life a little more. You breathe deeper, react slower, smile more, laugh more. And yes, laugh more. Seriously, humor heals the soul. Some of the wisest older people know how to laugh at life's craziness instead of letting it destroy them. Bills come. Bodies ache. Technology acts ridiculous sometimes. But they laugh anyway, because joy is resistance too. Joy says, life may be hard, but it will not steal my spirit. And that kind of energy becomes contagious. People are starving for peace nowadays. They're starving for calm energy in a world addicted to stress. That's why emotionally grounded older adults become so inspiring. They remind everybody else there's another way to live. A softer way. A slower way. A healthier way. And maybe that's what your next chapter should look like. Less stress. Less proving. Less worrying about things beyond your control. More presence. More gratitude. More peace. Imagine sitting outside one morning with coffee in your hand, hearing birds in the distance, feeling sunlight on your face, and realizing your mind is finally quiet. No imaginary arguments. No constant anxiety. No emotional chaos. Just peace. Man, that feeling is priceless. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You earn it by finally letting go of everything that no longer deserves access to your spirit. And if this message is hitting home today, I want you to do something right now. Drop a comment below and write, "I choose peace." Seriously, declare it. Sometimes healing begins with a decision to stop emotionally bleeding for things you cannot control, a decision to stop abandoning yourself to keep everybody else happy, a decision to finally protect your mental health like it matters, because it does. And if somebody in your life needs this message too, share this video with them. Because too many people are silently drowning in stress they no longer need to carry. Too many older adults think suffering constantly is normal. But surviving and living are not the same thing. You deserve to actually live, to enjoy ordinary moments again, to laugh deeply again, to sleep peacefully again, to feel emotionally safe inside your own mind again. And before this video ends, remember this one truth for the rest of your life. Nothing will ever bother you again the moment you realize your peace is too expensive to trade for temporary chaos. Protect your peace. Guard your energy. Choose calm over drama. Choose healing over resentment. Choose yourself sometimes too. Because the older you get, the more you realize inner peace may be the greatest achievement of all. Suggestion: for the next 7 days, protect your peace intentionally. Turn your phone off for 1 hour every evening. Stop arguing with people who only want reactions. Take slow walks without distractions. Drink your coffee in silence. Laugh more often. Pray or meditate before sleeping. And remind yourself every morning that not everything deserves your emotional energy. The calmer your mind becomes, the more beautiful life starts to feel.